Top tight ends in the AFC North, Ike. We're going to go through 4 for each position group. So we got tight ends, offensive line, and defensive line. I will start. Mark Andrews out of Baltimore.
100%.
Listen, 100%. Like he's the first off the board, and I don't even know who fills out the rest of the bracket for number 2, but Mark Andrews is the clear-cut favorite here, and he's a favorite target of Lamar Jackson.
I mean, his favorite target, when you go into a defensive meeting room on Wednesday, when we're doing game planning for a new opponent, the first thing you think about Lamar Jackson, and after Lamar Jackson, who else? Mark Andrews. So you're looking for number 89 on the field, but number 89, Mark Andrews, got 100 yards and 10 receptions. You're like, how the hell did he do that? Well, he was just running down the seam all day while Lamar Jackson was scrambling, and he found himself wide open. He's been doing that consistently. So, yeah, Mark Andrews is right now the number 1 tight end in the AFC North. Now, he's working the way to be like a top 5 tight end in the league as well, but you got to know what 89 at number 2, which I knew you was going to ask me about number 2, but he just got paid himself, but he lives in Cleveland, Ohio. That's David Njoku.
Okay, all right.
Yep. So I'm going to go with David Njoku. The reason why I like David Njoku, I like him coming out of Miami. I always thought he was athletic. I always thought he had the goods. It was just him being injury prone. So now I think he finally gets how to be a professional, and he can use some of his athleticism. That's why you had to pay the man what you paid him. Cleveland did exactly what they needed to do. So now he's comfortable. He's relaxed. He got the bag. He got his money. So now he's going to show out exactly what he did in Miami.
Okay, you got Njoku at 2. I did see he got the bag. And I'll say this too. People this week on Twitter don't understand how contracts work, and they say, oh, well, the Titans just signed Austin Hooper for $6 million on a 1-year deal, and Njoku is going to make an average of $14 million. Look at what the contract of Cooper was before the Browns decided to cut him. So to compare those two salaries is apples and oranges, and honestly very unfair to both players. And Njoku, for the Browns last season, they had a down season. He was a consistent target, and he's a matchup nightmare. And I think once Deshaun Watson lines up behind center, and you've got Amari Cooper, you've got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, who's the next guy who's going to get the ball and going to get targeted? David Njoku for the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to take Pat Freiermuth at number 3 then, Ike, because I had him ahead of Njoku, a combat catcher. Can he build off an impressive rookie season? And I see him get more involved in the blocking for the Pittsburgh Steelers, in the run game as well, to serve almost as an extension of that offensive line. But in one-on-one scenarios, when the Steelers needed it, and part of the reason was because Juju Smith-Schuster was hurt last season, Pat Freiermuth as a rookie was the guy that the Steelers went to in one-on-one scenarios, and I hope that he can build upon that this upcoming season.
No, I agree with you 100%. It really is 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really think Cincinnati really has a tight end like that. I think they tight end is used in the slot position. Mm-hmm. So I'm not, and this is no disrespect to Cincinnati. So they go a lot of 3 receivers, you know, in Cincinnati. So we talking about teams who go, you know, two wide and a tight end. And that's between the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Cleveland Browns, and of course, Lamar Jackson and company. And actually, Lamar Jackson and company, they run three tight ends sometimes 2 tight ends. So yeah, it just depends on who it is. But honestly, you can go 2 tight ends coming from the Baltimore Ravens, because that's just a front, not only to protect Lamar Jackson, but also, you know, make the throws easier for him, and that's running down the seam. And guys who run down the seam a lot, who can take the hits, are tight ends.
Yes, and Hayden Hurst coming over from Atlanta to Cincinnati this upcoming season. Curious to see how Joe Burrow utilizes Hurst, and then how he fits into the offense. That's absolutely loaded with the receiver group of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Joe Mixon in the backfield, and an upgraded offensive line. Lyle Collins, the offensive tackle, Alex Kappa, the guard, coming over from Tampa Bay, Collins coming over from the Dallas Cowboys. So what was a very good Bengals offense a year ago should be even better, and you keep Joe Burrow upright, you keep him clean. We'll see how Hayden Hurst fits into that mix in Cincinnati.